Okay, we are here with Crystal and Jacob. Hi, guys. So, really quick, we're gonna do a video about you guys. What are you guys doing? What's going on?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? I think we are doing a baby announcement.
That's so cheesy.
Okay, so some quick questions.
You didn't say anything.
Because we want to talk to, family and friends and get them involved and get them informed about the process and how you guys got to this point. So, first question is, how long have you guys been trying to conceive?
Basically 3 years. Oh, I'll take that back. Sorry, Mom. Actually, we got married October 22nd, 2016, so basically a year and a half we've been trying.
Trying to conceive. So about a year and a half, what did you guys run into any issues or anything? What were some of the issues you guys had trying to conceive?
We ran into, last year of 2017, we did have while going through the process of IVF, because that was one of the things that was brought to our attention to do, along with my condition that I have, which is endometriosis. We ran into the situation of we miscarried. Yeah. But the thing with the miscarriage is that we did not know that we were even pregnant at the time, last year in June. So
the hard part about it is I had to force myself to get to the position of, at least mentally, that it may not happen. Mm. One, because if I put too much hope into it, it would have placed more stress on her, and she was already stressed out. So when it came to that, I just put in my mind, well, it's not going to happen. And at the same time, I didn't want to crash my hopes of my wife bearing my child. So it got to a point where, okay, it's not going to happen. Did the IVF deal. From the money was probably the hardest part. Doing that part. And
the doctor's constantly telling you, with your condition, Crystal, that, every time I went for my Wells room, it's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to conceive. It's not going to happen. So hearing that from 22, 23 years old up to now, that was hard. It was hard.
Wow. Okay, Mommy. So facing the issues and kind of hearing, that it was going to be difficult or not possible at all, and, you guys kind of coming to grips with that, what made you suspect that you were pregnant?
I was supposed to start my, menses on a certain day. Mm-hmm. You have the symptoms of achy body and everything, and sometimes it's late, and sometimes, it drops when it want to drop. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and just take this test. And I was not expecting to see 2 lines. I was not expecting to see 2 lines. And so much so that I took one test, and then I ran to Walgreens and got like 4 other boxes to take 4 more tests.
So you didn't even believe
I couldn't
initial
believe
test.
what was happening. I was like, what? Oh my goodness. I was baffled, speechless, couldn't even process.
So much so that you took 5, 6 tests. Okay, so you find out, you process it, you're in shock. How'd you tell Dad?
I told Dad by, it is December 10th, 2017. And I got some shocking news this morning that I was not expecting. So I woke up this morning. I was supposed to start my cycle, let me say that, on the 8th of this month. No cycle. Waited, because sometimes it could be late a little bit. Waited one day, waited another day. Decided to take a test, and it's a little positive. Who's excited? So Jacob is not here. He's at a Texans game right now, so he does not know yet. So when he comes home, I went out and I bought this cute little onesie. says, "Daddy makes me smile." And I will record his reaction when he gets home. So I am so like, I don't know how to feel right now. I don't know. And that is all. Bye. I told Dad I was texting him. I was like, so I knew he was at a Texas game. He was at a Texans game.
Go Texans.
I didn't want I didn't want to interrupt his Texans game. So I was like, well, I'll tell him when he gets home. So I went to TJ Maxx and bought a onesie. Cute little onesie. I saw some wrapping paper. Will Ferrell is our favorite one of our favorite comedians. And bought some wrapping paper and wrapped the onesie up in the box. And along with the pregnancy test and a date. And when he came home, that's how. And also I was texting him throughout the Texans game, like being real needy and being clingy, like, what you doing? I miss you. I want you to come home whenever, nothing, So, and he brought home some Chipotle, and I told him, that's how I handed him the box in a note. I wrote him a little note.
So Dad, when you got that,
you're so silly. Thank you for my Chipotle.
Christmas coming early.
Okay, read the letter first. Read the letter. Out loud. Read it out loud.
I don't even know where to start. This has been a journey for us both. I wanted to share a few things with you just because. I love you so much. I'm so grateful that God brought you to me, not by chance, but for his purpose. I wouldn't want to and can't imagine doing this thing called life with anyone else. Thank you for being exactly the one that I was supposed to fall in love with. While in just a short period of time, we have had so many ups and downs, I would not change a thing. I love you, baby.
You're so silly.
Thank you.
So I found this today and I thought you would like it.
So you don't want to save it till the 25th?
No.
Should put this in the Kroger bag.
But look at Will for real. Like, it was hilarious. I saw it and I was like, I have to get this.
You take the box, baby.
Well, rip it.
Whatever.
That was a 10.
Where's the arrow? I gotta go this way.
Yeah. This way.
But the arrow says it's pointing this way.
Go that way. Open it like that. Open it.
Crystal.
Open it. Look at it. You haven't even looked at it. Read it. Read it. Read it. You didn't even read it yet. It's not, you gotta finish the game. You gotta finish it.
Baby. Yo. You got me pregnant.
You didn't finish reading. You gotta
I
finish.
did read it.
Sit it right here. Is something else in there?
I don't know what the lines mean, but I guess
Plus music.
wow.
I found out this morning. You're about to be a daddy.
Wow.
Merry Christmas.
Who else you tell? It's one thing to pray for something, and then it's a totally different reaction to see your prayers answered and manifest that you can actually touch and hold on to. Because many a time we pray for something and it's almost like we got to guess, okay, well maybe God answered these prayers, or it's just how we're looking at it. But for it to be literal and right in front of you, it's basically surreal. It's a surreal situation.
So how are you guys starting to prepare for the little one?
Well, she's missed by everything she sees that she wants.
Couponing. I do couponing too. You gotta give me my square business on that.
Anyways, we stocked up on diapers, which I already know probably won't last 2 months, but still we stocked up on diapers, purchased a crib and changing table. But as time goes on, I think we're probably going to wait for the baby shower before we do any real purchases. But we're taking it slow, especially being that we've just moved to a house and getting a house together. So it's coming.
Yeah.
Are you feeling that nesting phase coming on?
She is.
Yes. Or you just want to clean?
I'm just like so ready to, and like he said, like we started buying stuff, but to like actually get in the nursery and start decorating, painting, putting stuff together, washing, all that. Just can't wait.
So are we hoping for a particular gender?
We're not hoping for a particular gender. I happen to know that it is a boy.
How do you know this?
How do you know this?
However, whichever God chooses to bless us with, we'll be happy. A healthy baby is the main point.
And healthy mommy.
Of course. But at the end of the day, I already know it's a boy, so.
No, okay. So clearly we know the dad wants a boy. Mom, what are you hoping for? Are you hoping for anything particular?
I literally just want 10 fingers, 10 toes, face fully formed.
Don't judge 9-toe babies.
I just want a healthy baby, a healthy pregnancy, and healthy post mommy and post just everything around.
Okay. So when will you guys find out the gender?
Actually, this coming week.
Boom, 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 boom.
This coming week, what's it, like 3-4 days from now?
Yeah, April 4th.
Right
Depending on when we air this or post
Yes.
this.
So yeah, we find out April 4th. So if you're watching this after April 4th, then you will know if it's a boy or a girl.
So this would basically be an early birthday present for me. So
yeah.
So is there anything else that you would like people to know? Anything you want to share with anybody?
I will say that faith is a real thing. It's not just a concept. You have to regard faith as a pillar in your life. And again, this faith is larger than religion. It's larger than going to church, reading the Bible. Faith, whether it be in your relationships, or be in your business life, your friendships. When someone loses faith, some people regard it as hope as well. When someone loses faith, you almost really lose your reason for being or doing. So when I pray to God for what I want or what I hope for, if I don't pair that with faith, it's basically pointless. Because when I pray for my wife, before I knew who my wife was going to be, when I prayed for my future children, I believe God hears my prayer. And once I have prayed these words, I don't allow doubt to change what I believe will happen. And I don't allow time to dictate whether my prayer is answered. Because again, when I pray to God, let's say, Father, I want a new job. That job can come tomorrow. It can come in 10 years. It can come in 20 years. My prayer is answered, but maybe not in my own timing. And it changes your outlook. So along with faith, also perspective. So even though we didn't know when God would bless us with a child, we had to force ourselves to fix our perspective in a manner to where we weren't comparing our situation to someone else, or more so feeding negativity into our own situation.
And I think that's where I was. I think for me, I was more so idolizing having a baby. Like, I have to have this baby. Like, I have to replace this baby, or I have to have this baby. And once I stopped idolizing trying to get pregnant or trying to, I'm broken. I'm not woman enough to have this child, or my husband wants this baby and I can't give him the child that he wants. Once I stopped, and I was like, okay, like he says, perspective. What is it that I can do to better myself, to better my temple? And that's what I did. But not only that, along with prayer, I just stopped expecting. I stopped, because like you hear everybody say, it's going to happen when y'all least expect it. It happened when we wasn't, what? It happened when we least expected it. So we just want this to be a testimony that if you put God first in all things, that anything could happen, and he'll give you what you want and more on top of that. And so
if I would, or we would give anybody advice, if they're either in the same situation or a similar situation, is, like we said before, your perspective. And when you ask God for something, trust God for the same thing. Because it's one thing to ask for it, and it's another thing to believe that he can and he will do it.
Yeah.
So when you ask, you have to lay your cares in front of him and walk away. Because the more you focus on these cares and the timeline in which you have in your mind that you want to get done, that's when doubt seeps in. Oh man, it's been a month, it still hasn't happened. Well, forget it, I'll find another way. It's been a year, I haven't got these job offers, or my brother over here or my friend over here has gotten what I've asked God for, but I don't have it.
And they the same age, and
again, doubt seeps in, and you can kill the blessing before you've received it just because of your lack of belief. So if God has promised it to you, trust God for that promise and leave it in his hand, but continue to do your own work. So like she was saying, she work on her body, work on her temple, whether it be eating right, exercising, or taking supplements, me in the same way. Do what you have to do on your end and leave the rest to God. But there's no room for doubt. Find a way to increase your faith no matter what it may be. Whether it is you look at someone else's situation and how they've taken it, whether it be mentally, like, you know what, their situation is worse than ours, but yet they continued in the mindset of, you know what, I'm going to believe in what I've asked for. So ask for it, believe in it, work towards it, leave the rest to God.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Mommy, can we see the bump?
Sure. Daddy, can you help me up? And there we have the bump. We are 19 weeks.
About to be 20.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys.
Yay! Okay, so open that one first. Look, Grandma. What the mug say?
Oh, Grandma.
Your Christmas gift. Hold it this way when you open it, okay?
Flip it this way?
No, just open it just how I handed it to you.
What?
Open it from this corner.
Oh, from this corner?
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
It's taped.
Thank you, baby. You stayed in my voice card.
Okay, now go. Now you can go back this way.
How you
Okay.
know it was this way? Okay, you ready?
Yeah, Rochelle.
Read it. Read it, Mom. What does it say?
Dear Grandma and Grandpa and Uncle, please hold this for me in case I need it when I come to visit. Knowing my mom and dad, they will probably forget. See you in August. Oh, no, baby Ekpin. August what? August. Yeah, August. Really? August what? They don't know.
18.
Oh, that would be nice if it was the 13th. Oh, you're a grandpa.
I see something moving. I see something moving. What I tell you. That's my boy.
Oh, it's a boy. Oh my goodness. And your mom called it too.
Very proud little boy.
Yes, sir.
Very proud.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, your daddy is so happy. We're both happy.
Like I said, I'm always right.
Whatever.